There are two tactics that you can use when you send an email message to either a free gmail.com email address or the Google Workspace business flavor of Gmail. Then these two tactics can be pretty useful. And you can also apply these tactics to your own email address when you use your email address and you sign up for newsletters or you register on some site, etc., etc. Let me show you these two tactics and we'll talk a little bit about ways you could use them. And by the way, I'm in Teddy Burris, right there, teddyburris@gmail.com. I'm going to create an email message. Now, I could create this email message and send it to, if I want to make this bigger so you can see it, and you should be able to see that. I can send an email message to tlburris@burrisconsulting.com, or I can put a dot in here. And not only can I put one dot, but I want to show you based on the extreme, and that is I can put multiple dots. And the dots have got to be between the first letter and the last letter. You can't have dots in front of the first letter or after the last letter in front of the @ symbol. And I can't change this at all. I can only put the dots in here. So I'm going to take that email address. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to send an email to them. I'm just going to say sending, testing, a bunch of dots, and hit send. I'm going to force it to send. And if I go to sent items, you can see right there I've sent that. Now let's go look at that email account and see what happened. And there's the email message. It came in. And it came in, again, from teddyburris@gmail.com, and it's addressed to t.l.b. a bunch of dots at burrisconsulting.com. But again, it got delivered to tlburris@teddyburris.com or burrisconsulting.com, the same thing. Now, why does this work? It works because Google/Gmail ignores all of the dots in an email address. All the dots, whether it's a single dot or a bunch of dots, they're totally ignored. That's tactic number one. Let's talk about tactic number two. I'm going to send an email message. I'm going to send it back to BCI right here. I'm going to send it back to BCIGWS@gmail.com. Let me make that bigger so you can see it. I'm going to send an email message to BCIGWS@gmail.com, but I'm going to make an adjustment. +LI. I'm going to take that email address right there, and I'm going to send an email message to that email address using the plus code. I'm going to hit send. Force it to go. If I look at sent, there it is right there. You can see the +LI to that email address. I'm going to go to that email account. I'm going to refresh, and there it is right there. tlburris@burrisconsulting.com sent an email message to BCIGWS +LI@gmail.com. The reason that works is because Google/Gmail will allow you to put a code on the end of the first part of the email address, and it will ignore the plus and whatever characters you have after the plus. You can't adjust this right here. You got to leave that as it is. And the plus only works when it is at the end of, let me highlight that, of the first part of the email address. Now, the dot and the plus code. How can you use these? One way you could use these is you could use your email address with a plus in it, so that when you subscribe to newsletters or you subscribe to any service, you could use your email address as an example, tl.burris@burrisconsulting.com. With any email I get back with that dot in it should be associated with that newsletter or that service I signed up for. And if it's not, then it would lead me to believe that that service sold my email address or gave my email address to other companies. So one way is to track the usage. The other way you could do it, I used to do a bunch of testing with Evernote. And when I was testing with Evernote, I would create multiple Evernote accounts. And I would just use TL Burris +1, TL Burris +2, TL Burris +3. Let me draw this out for you so you can see it. I created a bunch of email addresses, TL Burris +1 at burrisconsulting.com. Let me make that bigger so you can see it as well. But then I created another Evernote account, and I created one with +2, +3, +4, +5, +6. And the reason I did this is I was doing testing about collaboration. And so I created a bunch of Evernote accounts with those unique email addresses with the plus code. And Evernote let me create as many Evernote accounts as I wanted with the unique email address. That is one tactic you can use with the plus code. Another tactic that you could use with the plus code is you could say, I want to filter all email messages that come in. I'm going to go back up top here. All email messages that come in to this email address, I want to filter them, and I want to create some kind of workflow. So you go to filter messages like these. And instead of using from, I use the email address plus, BCIGWS plus LI at gmail.com. And I can create workflow or create a filter, and I could say any email message that comes in with that plus code on it, I can apply a label, forward it to someone, do whatever I want to do with it within the workflow of, in this case, Google, all because I'm tracking and pay attention to that plus code. The dot and the plus code in Gmail email addresses, whether it's your email address or an email message you're sending someone else using their email address. These are two tactics that you can use in different ways to create better systems and processes. I'm Teddy. I'm a Google Workspace guy, and I hope these ideas are helpful for you.